And welcome to SA Sports Show. I'm Greg Anderson, my co-host Barry Curtin.
Greg.
And our newsreader Bridget.
Yes, hello.
Welcome, fantastic. And welcome to all your viewers as well. We've got absolutely a fantastic show lined up.
Before we start it, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
That is terrific, mate. I'm very happy.
I was really honoured. Yeah.
Well, I bet you were, mate.
I was.
But, you know, I did have a look at some highlights and... Mate, you thoroughly deserve that. You really do. And the guy with you, Peter Motley, I couldn't agree more. But well done to you. Congratulations. And I'll bet you it's a major thrill for you. Absolute major thrill.
Was a huge... When I received the private and confidential envelope from the SANFL, I thought, could it be?
You're in trouble.
Could it be? Yeah. Or they want me to do car karaoke again like I did last year. So I wasn't sure which one they want me to do. But I made the Hall of Fame.
We've actually found the guy. We found the guy who threw you out of the cheer squad.
Good.
We found him. He has now got cement shoes on.
Bridget, can I tell you what happened? This is a year before I actually played my first game of senior football. 16 when I played my first game. I was 15 years old, and I was standing alongside the cheer squad at Port Adelaide. It was at Footy Park, huge cheer squad. Anyway, the blokes walked off, and he said, "Look, mate, can you grab the flogger?" And you know, because he thought I was part of the cheer squad because I had my duffel coat on for us to accept. I said, "Mate, no worries." So I'm going, Porter kicked the goal, and I'm doing this sort of stuff with the flogger. I don't know, Tom, I've always wanted to do it. And I've done it the time of my life. It's great. And the bloke comes back and he goes, "Oh, mate, where's your badge?" I said, "Oh, I haven't got a badge. My mum hasn't." So, no, out you get. So I had to do the walk of shame. I said, give the flogger back, and I walked over a little corner. I was pretty sad.
That was the end of your cheer squad
That
career.
was my end of my cheer squad. And I thought my first game was less than a year later. I kicked a goal, and I thought, one of this guy is on the flogger, who is a flogger, after I kicked the goal. Doing this anyway, it's funny when you go back and you think about your career and some funny memories. So it was
great night. Well done. That's all we
thank
can
you
say,
for that.
Mate. Really well deserved.
We'll still stay on footy for a little while. We've got a couple of big games this week in the AFL. We've got Geelong versus West Coast. We will talk a little bit about your thoughts on whether that Geelong game and the Collingwood game last week should have been at the MCG, because there is no home ground advantage for Geelong at all, but I would say there's a big home ground advantage for Collingwood, because that is their home ground.
Yeah.
So I just could not believe that the AFL let that happen.
Yeah, but I think the difference between 90,000 and 30,000. There's your difference. I mean,
but that's for the AFL. But no, I'm talking about Geelong Footy Club now. They got the right. They finished top.
Yeah. So you want them to play
if you went to every supporter and said, what do you want? They would say, I want to play at Geelong. Because you know what? I want to play in the grand final. Worry about the 110,000 on grand final day when we're there. But we've got to make it. And the channel to make it is play your home ground.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So I reckon the AFL have kicked sand in the face of Geelong Footy Club.
Well, I think they did with the Clash Guernseys as well. I think Collingwood had it all their way as per usual. And I'm not knocking Collingwood here, but a gentleman's agreement 20 years ago. Come on, Eddie.
I know.
Do we go back to McAllister's statement around about 20 years ago that if Port Adelaide finish in front of Collingwood in its first 3 seasons, you can have the Magpie back.
I agree with that as well.
Gentleman's agreement.
We're going to go to a break, and after the break, Bridget, you've got the news.
Absolutely.
Okay? Bridget will be back after the break.
Thanks, boys. I'm Bridget here with this week's SA Sporting News. The Port Adelaide Maggies have booked themselves into the big dance, running over Glenelg by a slim 4 points. The Tigers finished strong and decimated a long-standing Magpies lead, but the boys in black and white ended up being too good. Meanwhile, the Crows smashed Norwood by 10 goals, keeping the prospect of a showdown grand final alive. Port Adelaide will patiently await the winner of Sunday's match between the Crows and the Tigers to see who they'll be taking on for the trophy. Glenelg's Luke Parlington will be feeling good ahead of the do-or-die clash following his 2019 Magarey medal win. Still with footy, Adelaide University is Adelaide Footy League Women's top-tier champions, beating newcomers Smosh Westlakes in a thrilling grand final. Following last year's grand final loss against Salisbury, the Blacks entered the clash with a point to prove, busting into the contest early. Matilda Van Ryle, Cassie Sumbry and Emily Tromans were standouts in the two-point classic. More gold has been brought to SA, this time from athletics gun Claire Woods. Claire took out the Women's Open 20 kilometres in the Australian Winter Race Walking Championships, hosted in North Adelaide over the weekend. She dominated from start to finish, beating out second place by almost 7 minutes. Well done to all South Aussie athletes who competed on the day. The final two minor rounds of the SA Bowls Super League were completed over the weekend, with the state's best showing what they've got. The Hyson Comets and Central Chargers both booked themselves semi-final spots, continuing their strong form. The Eastern Raiders and Western Rogues also made the cut and will battle each other for a sought-after prelim final spot. Get down to the Salisbury Bowls Club this Sunday for some Bowls final fever. Premier League hockey finals were underway over the week as well, with some big results coming out of the contest. In the men's, Adelaide and Port Adelaide hockey clubs grabbed crucial wins over Seacliff and North East, respectively. Adelaide has jumped straight to the grand final, making Seacliff and Port Adelaide fight each other for the other spot. Adelaide also prevailed in the Women's League over a persistent Port Adelaide to claim a grand final spot, while Seaford grabbed an extra time win over Burnside and will progress to the prelim. The Adelaide 36ers have shown some good form in the pre-season, claiming a 6-point win over a strong Perth Wildcats outfit. Jack McVie was the sharpshooter of the night, finishing with 18 points and shooting 5 of 7 from deep. Harry Froling was also excellent, stuffing the stat sheet and pestering his opponents all game. With pre-season now wrapped up, the 36ers will shift their focus to the upcoming regular season, which kicks off next month at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. In some other news, this will be my last appearance of the year. It's been lovely keeping you updated with the news every week.